Welcome to the biggest problem in the universe.
Let's do this thing. This 4th of July, it's high time we recognize that the USS exists on stolen indigenous land and commit to returning it.
I saw this one.
That was from Ben & Jerry's, the hippie ice cream that nobody actually likes and which has been annoying Americans for over 30 years. Almost 50 years now. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of their little...
How come we can't boycott them?
I think they actually are, but
They're getting boycotted?
I think it's not going to work. It was almost a boycott of the week, but it's one of those boycotts where it's like, yeah, but the only people who buy it are hippies.
Fat women.
They don't, yeah, and fat women.
It's fat women.
You know what? If Bud Light was chocolate flavored, there would be no way that they could have successfully boycotted it.
How can we get Lizzo to get in on the ice cream game? To get rid of Ben & Jerry's.
You want her to boycott Ben & Jerry's?
No, I want her to make her own line of fat women ice cream.
You think people would? You think how would that affect Ben & Jerry's negatively?
Because they're like,
women would love
girls,
it.
we like ice, like we're fat.
Yeah,
We're right.
I think people would like
Then
that.
they would all march into the Ralph's and get Lizzo ice cream and not Ben & Jerry's. That's what I'm saying.
Like a different type of ice cream?
Yeah, we can't make fat women stop eating. No one could do that. But
Well, if we had an ice cream that was specifically appealing to fat women.
right,
Yeah.
which is 100% of
So
the.
Fat Lizzo ice cream.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, as they were making the point on the 4th of July, which, you know, is America's holiday, and can you just shut the fuck up? Apparently, Mount Rushmore was built on ancient fucking
Oh
the
yeah.
lands of the Lakota Sioux. How do you pronounce that? S-I-O-U-X?
Sioux.
The Sioux. I knew that. Mount Rushmore was once known as Tunkasa Sakpe, or the Six Grandfathers. And here's where I go nuts, is that, okay, we took their magic mountain away from them. Their magic mountain that, let's be clear, they stole from like a million other Indian tribes, obviously.
No, they're just all Indians. To white people.
Well, they go like, oh, that's our stolen land. It's like, yeah, but who did you steal it from? It's like, don't worry, don't talk about that.
I mean,
part.
our.
Yeah. In 1980, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that Mount Rushmore was stolen and awarded the Sioux $105 million that they refused. The money has been sitting in a government trust ever since. Like, it's their money.
Right.
It is currently worth $2 billion. And they refused to take it despite living in some of the poorest communities in the U.S.
Great.
I'm going to say the problem is these dumb fucks not taking the free government money and thinking we're going to give them Mount Rushmore back.
Not taking the money will not increase or decrease the odds of getting Mount Rushmore back.
Yeah.
You can take the money and then
Take the
just
money
still
and
say
still
we
keep complaining
also
about it.
still want Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
That will
exactly.
have no effect.
These are the kind of stupid idiot causes that Ben & Jerry's likes to get behind. Complete nonsense, feel-good garbage that nobody actually cares about, and I don't understand how it sells ice cream or why anyone cares. In 2018, the company released Pecan Resist, which was designed to send a message about resisting the Trump administration.
Oh, God.
About Pecan Resist, they said, we honor and stand with women, immigrants, people of color, and the millions of activists and allies who are courageously resisting the president's attack on our values. We raise our spoons in solidarity for all Americans. Okay, so you
Trump
can buy...
really fucked up your values, though. No more abortions. No more affirmative action.
Stop gloating. Stop gloating.
You didn't resist hard enough, I guess.
No,
You
we
was
did not,
eating
we
ice
did not
cream.
pecan resist nearly as hard as we could have. In 2020, Ben & Jerry's non-dairy frozen dessert changed the world. Honors former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick's activism in pursuit of racial justice.
That guy's still around?
Yeah, he got his own non-dairy frozen dessert. It's got his stupid face on it. As we remember, in July 19, 2021, it was announced that Ben & Jerry's plans to end sales in occupied Palestinian territory for some fucking reason.
Oh yeah, they went hard anti-Israel.
Yeah, they tried to make it. But the funny thing is, like, the guy who owned the Ben & Jerry's in Israel was like, well, I'm just going to keep selling ice cream. And they're like, well, no, you can't. We don't want you to. And he's like, what are you going to do about it? And they're like, well, we're going to.
Who are you guys talking to, huh? We're not giving back the land either.
It's all this performative nonsense. And what I find funny is that Ben & Jerry's has their own problems that they don't want you to talk about. Let's be real. They're owned by Unilever, the global conglomerate known for dumping toxic mercury into the Indian rivers and destroying the Indonesian rainforest.
Wait, what?
Unilever's done a lot of stuff. Meanwhile, Ben & Jerry's has child labor in their supply chain, A New York Times expose interviewed more than 100 migrant children who described having jobs that were grinding them into exhaustion. The report detailed children as young as shut up. As young
Kids
as
always say that though. Come on, they say that about anything.
The report detailed children as young as 13 working 12-hour days, often overnight shifts, before going to school the next day in order to survive. Now, what's great about this is how Ben & Jerry's responded. Their head of values-led sourcing, Cheryl Pinto, said, well, if migrant children need to work full-time, it's preferable for them to have jobs at a well-monitored workspace.
That's true.
So,
that's a good point.
You know, at least we're working these kids to the bone, but at least there's good monitoring. You know, if one of them falls down, we pull them aside and we put another kid in there to pack your hunka-chunka fudge or whatever the fuck. The point is, I saw these guys on July 4th telling me I got to care about some fucking magic mountain that the Indians want back.
Mount Rushmore, too.
Mount Rushmore,
Like,
yeah, okay. What are you guys going to do, shave it down, make it look like a stupid mountain
put a
again?
little feather on. You got 6 grandfathers? Was that what it's called?
Yeah, you want to have, would you rather have 6 grandfathers
got more grandfathers.
$2 billion American dollars? I think the choice is obvious. I'm tired of all this crybaby activism bullshit. I'm tired of these ice cream conglomerates.
How big is that going to be someday? Like $2 trillion?
Yeah, at some point they're going to break, right? If it's just sitting there accruing interest.
What if it's down to just one guy?
What if the government gets to take it back?
Well,
No.
yeah, they could do that.
They should.